Well, folks, the national anthem has been sung, the lines have been chalked down, the ponytails have been tied, and all the superstitions have been practiced. It is time for some GAC conference softball right here, and we're excited for this matchup between Arkansas Tech University and Henderson State on this beautiful day. Welcome to the cozy confines of Chartwell Athletics Complex. We have got a doozy for you today. The Golden Sons of Arkansas Tech coming to this matchup today, 25-14 overall, sitting at second place in the GAC with a 15-6 overall record. Starting on the mound for the Golden Sons is Shannon Lacey. She's posted a 10-5 win and loss record this season in 20 appearances with a 1.91 ERA. Safe to say she is dealing. And into the box now for Henderson State is Justine Birch. She is batting first today and playing center field for the Reddies. Lacey steps into the circle, onto the rubber, and we're ready to go here. First pitch to Lacey, counts ball inside, strike one. Oh, and 2 now. The count for Lacey as Birch fouls one off into the short third base territory. Oh, 2 count here for Birch. No one on, no one out here. Top of the first. The 0-2 from Lacey misses low and outside. That's ball one. The count moves to 1-2. Birch is hitting .340 on the season and 106 at-bats. Slices one off the left, same place she hit her first one, foul ball, and the count is now still 1-2. Birch squares to bunt here. Brings the bat back and puts one right back to Lacey on the pitcher's mound, and that's one out. Stepping into the box now for Henderson State, we've got the left fielder, number 12, Madison Tretline. Lacey made quick work of the first batter for the Reddies. Hopefully she can do the same in the second. Right down the middle for a strike on the first pitch. Count is 0-1 with one out here in the top of the first. Lacey gives her one low and outside, and she swings right through it. Count moves to 0-2. The 0-2 now to Tretline. Drop third strike. Tretline may make it to first base here. Catcher holds on to it, and after the drop third strike, Tretline moves up to first base. The catcher for Arkansas Tech couldn't squeeze the glove, and it bounces off to the left, and Tretline reaches base on a strikeout.
21, the third baseman, Abby Moore.
Now with one on and one out, here comes the third baseman, Abby Moore, batting lefty today. First pitch now from Lacey is a strike. Moore swung right through it. The 0-1 from Lacey. Strike two now. Swung right through it. Some movement on first base, but looked back to the bag by the catcher. 0-2 count. One on, one out here in the top of the first. And as the sun peeks through, there's a third strike, and it's dropped. Runner moves up to second base. Now we got 2 out, 1 on at second base on the top of the first.
Hitting next for Henderson State, the designated player number 20, Maya Jackson.
Designated player Maya Jackson now steps into the box. Jackson's hitting .211 on the season. Ball inside. Makes the count 0-1. The 0-1 to Jackson. Foul tip. 1-1 count. Still scoreless here. The runner on second base reached off a drop third strike and moved up to second after another drop third strike. Here's the 1-1 from Lacey, and that is swung right through. 1-2 count now with 2 outs in the top of the first. The 1-2 from Lacey. Jackson puts it right back to her. Lacey scrambles onto the ground, picks it up, flips to first base, and that's the top of the inning, folks. Arkansas Tech had no hits in that inning, but moving up forward now. In the circle to start for today is the right-handed pitcher for Henderson State, Savannah Kerrigan. Savannah Kerrigan's posted a 5.27 ERA in 25 appearances this season with 12 games started. Hopefully she'll look to make quick work here of Arkansas Tech in her first inning. Stepping up to the plate for Arkansas Tech, the leadoff batter, center fielder, Shelby Chavers.
Bottom of the first inning, leading off for the Golden Suns is the center fielder, number 10, Shelby Chavers.
And the first pitch to Chavers is inside for a strike. The count is 0-1. Big fly deep to left field, and the left fielder is going to stand under it and catch it off of the 0-1 pitch, and there's 1 out.
Hitting next, the second baseman, number 12, Timber Riley.
Stepping into the left-hander's batter box is the second baseman, number 12, Timber Riley. Riley has the team lead in home runs with 11 this season and the team leading in average. Strike for the first pitch there inside. Count is 0-1 to Riley. Second pitch just off the plate. Looks like Kerrigan's moving pretty quickly right here, wasting no time in the pitcher circle. Riley squares to bunt. Puts it back and puts one just over the shortstop's head and into the gap in left center field. She's going to round first base and slide quickly into second base for the 1-out double. Riley with a nice piece of hitting right there. Puts it just over the shortstop's head, deep into left field, and runs just around for the bases and gets into position to score here with 1 out in the bottom of this first. The designated player, sophomore Caitlin Wells, steps into position, batting .407 on the year. 9 home runs herself. She swings right back up the middle, and that's going to get into center field. Riley stops at third base, and Wells with the ambush tactic swings at the first pitch right back up the middle, and she's resting easy on first base. Arkansas Tech now has runners on the corners here with just one out.
Hitting next, the third baseman, number 28, Cassie Mayberry.
Sophomore third baseman Cassie Mayberry now steps into the left-hander's batter's circle. These Golden Suns hitters are sleeping on the first pitch. Mayberry swings through that one. The count is 0-1. Mayberry swings through the second one. Count now 0-2. Kerrigan now out ahead of Mayberry, 0-2 with the count. Here's the last pitch. Puts one deep into left field, same spot Riley hit one. That'll get her home easy. Wells moves up to third base. And Mayberry coasted into second easy. The one-out double sends Riley home, and Arkansas Tech takes the first run of the game, and the Golden Suns have a 1-0 lead here with one out in the bottom of the first.
Next, the first baseman, number 18, Mackenzie Goins.
Well, with Wells on third base and Mayberry on second, Mackenzie Goins now steps into the box. She's batting .269 on the year with 38 RBIs, which is highest on the team. Hopefully she can bump those numbers up right here. Goins swings at one inside. That's got the distance, but it's just going to slice foul. 0-1 now the count for Goins. These Golden Suns hitters attacking early in the count, swinging at the first or second pitch very much. That ball's going to be outside now. The count moves to 1-1 with one out. One's across the board here, and one is the score for Tech right now, 1-0. The 1-1 from Kerrigan. Popped up and out of the field of play. The count moves to 1-2. Kerrigan puts one more high fastball in there. Goins tips it back into the net. Count is still 1-2. Kerrigan got the first batter out pretty quickly, but since then, in order, Riley, Wells, and Mayberry slapped her around the park. That ball's going to be outside, too. The count moves to 2-2. The 2-2 pitch to Goins. Calls it inside, and that's a strikeout. Goins didn't like it inside at the knees, and now Brooke Pruitt steps into the batter's box.
Number 21, Brooke Pruitt.
The juniors had 19 RBIs on the season. Here's the 0-0 pitch. That pitch is low, called for a ball. Count is 1-0. 2 outs, 2 on here for Pruitt. 1-0 count. Kerrigan throws to the plate. Pruitt smashes one deep to left field. That should clear. Wells gets home easy, and Mayberry coasts home as well, and Pruitt moves into second base. That is the third double of the inning for Arkansas Tech, and now it looks like the Reddies could be in trouble. 3 runs come across at this part of in this bottom half of the inning.
Hitting next, the left fielder, number 8, Sydney Keaton.
As the left fielder, Sydney Keaton, steps into the box, she takes the first pitch for a strike. It was a little high and just a bit outside, not to her liking. The 0-1 count. Moves to 0-2 after the fouled off pitch there. Kerrigan put it up high in the zone, and once again, Keaton did not quite like that one. The 0-2 pitch goes a little errant, just a bit high. Keaton now has a 1-2 count. And the 1-2 from Keaton jumps inside. The runner on third base. Move. Ball goes into left field, but it's picked up by the shortstop. Pruitt moves to third base. A good throw by the catcher. Almost into left field, but it's recovered there by the shortstop, saving a run, hopefully. Pruitt moves up to third base. The count is 2-2. The 2-2 to Goins is inside. Pruitt moves home off the wild pitch, and the score is now 4-0. Golden Suns have scored 4 runs here now through 7 batters. And Keaton's going to put one right past the glove of the shortstop and coast easy there into second. Ashlyn Taylor had a beat on the ball, but just slipped off the outside edge of her glove and into center field. Still a little bit of life here for the Golden Suns as Keaton finds a way, and now into the box is the catcher, right-hander, number 17, Jessica Williams.
Next for the Golden Suns, the catcher number 17, Jessica Williams.
Williams now in the box, doesn't like the first pitch. It's going to be right down the middle. Strike one. The score is 4-0 with 2 outs here at the top of the first. The 0-1 pitched. Gets hit back for a foul. Williams now has no 2 count on her. The 0-2 pitch from Kerrigan is just a little bit high for a ball. The count moves to 1-2. 2 outs. 4-0 Arkansas Tech, bottom of the first. Kerrigan puts one inside. Williams hits it off the inside part of her bat, folks. It's a cold day. That's probably the last thing I'd want to do with this softball today is hit it at the inside part of the bat because let me tell you, those hands will be in some pain. And the 1-2 pitch from Kerrigan finds the outside corner, and Williams strikes out. But 4 runners come across the plate as the score is 4-0 at the bottom of the first. Number 11, Brooke Johnson, the first baseman, digs in here at the top of the second inning. The Reddies have some work to do to make up from that 4-run deficit they now face after a nice first inning by the Golden Suns. First pitch now from Lacey. Swung right through by Johnson as the count goes to 0-1. Lacey worked out of a jam in the first inning after 2 runners reached on drop third strikes. Here's the 0-1 from Lacey. Hit, grounded to the shortstop. Pruitt throws over to first base, and that's 1 out. 2 pitches. Quick work here for Lacey. The second baseman, Bree Jones, now going to step in for Henderson State.
Baseman number 17, Bree Jones.
Jones is batting at a .264 average on the season with 7 RBIs. First pitch from Lacey right down the middle. She's throwing some gasoline. The 0-1 count with 1 out. And the pitch from Lacey. Swung right through by Jones. Lacey's giving them their best stuff today. The count now moves to 0-2 with 1 out. Ball a little low and outside on the third pitch from Lacey. Jones now has a 1-2 count against her. She'll step back into the box here and try and get on base and use her speed to get the ready some points on the board. The 1-2 pitch foul tipped back to the screen. No damage done. Still 1 out. Count remains at 1-2. The 1-2 from Lacey. Swung through and Jones strikes out. Lacey gets her second strikeout of the day.
Now hitting the right fielder, number 6, Savannah Hughes.
The right fielder, Savannah Hughes, freshman, moves into the box now. Her first at-bat of the day. She's hitting .223 this season. Lacey takes that first pitch strike again right down the middle. 0-1 count. 2 outs now for Arkansas Tech. Lacey's 0-1 pitch had some late movement downward. Hughes swung right through it. 0-2 count. 2 gone here. Top of the second. The 0-2 from Lacey is swung right through, and that was a quick inning right there, folks. Arkansas Tech coming back up to bat. The score 4-0 still.
Henderson State, 3 up and 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base.
Henderson State's going to substitute their starting pitcher out, Erica Bittinger. Bittinger has now got called on active duty.
For Erica Bittinger. We move to the bottom of the second inning, leading off for the Golden Suns, the right fielder, number 0, Adriana Cooney.
So Bittinger comes into the game for Henderson State. She's a 5'3" pitcher and utility player from Bismarck, Arkansas. She's posted a 4-4 win-loss record in 22 appearances this season and 8 starts. Adriana Cooney stepping into the box now for her first at-bat. The right fielder. First pitch from Bittinger, high for a ball, 1-0 count. And the 1-0 is swung right through. Count moves to 1-1. Bunt attempt there is errant for Adriana Cooney. Count moves to 1-2. The pitchers for Henderson State seem to be using quite a quicker rhythm than their Arkansas Tech counterparts, wasting no time in the pitching circle. Here's the 1-1. 1-2, swung on for a foul ball. Count remains the same, no outs, 1-2 count. Cooney's hitting .235 this year in 34 at-bats. She's had 7 runs. Another foul ball. Bittinger steps back onto the rubber, moving forward with this at-bat. The 1-2 pitch. Cooney gets the inside piece of it and fouls it back towards the opposing team's dugout. Not going to make many friends that way. And the 1-2 from Bittinger is fouled off towards the back net. Cooney working a pretty solid at-bat in her first attempt at the plate. Ooh, line shot towards third base. Foul ball, not going to stay in the field of play. Lengthy at-bat for Adriana Cooney. The 1-2 from Bittinger. Goes high for ball 2. Now the count moves to 2-2 with nobody out and nobody on here. At bottom of the second. 2-2 count over the shortstop's head into left center field. That's a busy spot for Tech today. Center fielder can't grab it. Cooney moves up at second base. Easy there with the no-out double. Moves a runner into scoring position, and Arkansas Tech now has hit 4 doubles. All to left field. Swinging the bat pretty heavy today. Back to the top of the lineup here. Center fielder Shelby Chaver steps in. She didn't reach base in her first at-bat. She'd sure like to switch places with Cooney right here. Drive her home. First pitch from Bittinger. Right down the pipe. 0-1 for the first strike. Chaver swings through the second pitch. 0-2 in the right-handed batter's box. The 0-2 count to Chavers. Little low there, blocked by the catcher for Henderson State, Addison Tidwell. Count is 1-2. Oh, and the pitch runs just a little bit far inside. Chavers takes one off the kneecap, still standing, still walking. Walks over to first base. Now there was runners on first and second for Arkansas Tech.
The second baseman, number 12, Timber Riley.
Timber Riley now comes back up to the dish. If you remember, she laced a double into left field last time, and I'm sure she'd like to do the same right here. She squares to bunt first. Here's the 0-0 count from Bittinger. Inside, ball gets away from the catcher, and everyone moves up one base. Runners now at second and third. No outs. Count is 1-0. 4-0 here in the bottom of the second. Bittinger back into the circle against the team batting leader Riley. Umpire calls time. And we're going to have a meeting on the mound here, probably to discuss some strategy and say, keep the ball away from her bat. And as that meeting of the minds concludes, Riley's going to step back into the box here with a 1-0 count in her favor. Hopefully, drive another double into the gap. The 1-0 pitch from Bittinger finds the zone for a strike. The count moves to 1-2. 1 ball, 1 strike, excuse me. Riley finds the same spot again, finds the gap in between short and left field. Rounds third, headed for home, and Riley moves up to second base. Shaver scores. Cooney scores, and Arkansas Tech has now extended their lead to 6 runs. Riley now with 2 doubles on the day, both to left field. Found a soft spot in the zone, put the barrel on the ball, and drove both of her teammates home. Caitlin Wells steps back into the box. She also laced a single right up through the middle last time up. Her first pitch is going to be seen for a ball outside. Riley standing on second base. The score is 6-0 Tech. No outs, 1 runner on. The 1-0 count moves to 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch gets past the pitcher, dribbled onto the ground right in front of the circle. Bittinger couldn't put her glove on it, and it squeaked out into the shortstop, but Wells reached first base safely. Riley moves to third base, and there's runners on the corners. Runner on first, runner on third. Sophomore third baseman Cassie Mayberry now into the box. First pitch to Mayberry. Fouled back and out of play, 0-1. No outs here for Bittinger. She came in to relieve Kerrigan after her first disastrous inning. Hasn't done much better herself. Right down the middle. Pitch is fouled off to the third base side. Count is 0-2. Two on with nobody out. Runners at first and third. The 0-2 pitch to Mayberry. Back up the middle. Grabbed by the pitcher. She turns and throws to first base. Wells moves up to second. And that's the first out of the inning for the Reddies.
Now hitting the first baseman, number 18, Mackenzie Goins.
At the plate now is the first baseman, number 18, the junior Mackenzie Goins. Goins takes a strike. 0-1's the count with 1 out. The 0-1 from Bittinger. Foul tip there. Count moves to 0-2 with 1 out. Runners at second and third. And the 0-2 from Bittinger is swung through but dropped. Goins takes off to first base. Thrown out. 2 outs now. Runners still at second and third.
Hitting next, the shortstop, number 21, Brooke Pruitt.
The shortstop, number 21, Brooke Pruitt, comes up to the right side of the plate. Looking to drive her teammates home and extend this lead. It's 6-0. First pitch. High. Ball. Bittinger came in, allowed 2 runs, and has got 2 quick outs. Here's the 0-1 to Pruitt. The 1-0 to Pruitt. Taken low for a ball. 2-0 count now for Pruitt. The Golden Sun shortstop has driven in 19 runs this year. She'd like to add 2 more, but she'll have to get out of this at-bat first. Takes a strike down the middle. Count goes to 2-1 with 2 outs. The 2-1 from Bittinger. Pruitt pops it up in between short and second, and she's going to find the bag. Well, Pruitt simply walked up to the plate, decided that she was going to hit it where they ain't, right in between second and short, just high enough to delay the reactions. And now one run has moved up to score for Timber Riley came across the plate. Wells moved up to third base, and the score is now 7-0 Tech. First pitch dropped by Tidwell. Pruitt moves off the bag, but she is slowly walked back by the catcher. Sydney Keaton now in the box. 1-0 count. Second pitch from Bittinger. Taken high for a ball. 2-0 count. 2 outs here for Henderson State. Wells is at third base for Arkansas Tech. Inside pitch taken for a strike. Some of the crowd not agreeing with the spot. 2-1 count. Keaton swings through it. The count is now 2-2. Pruitt at first base, Wells at third, 2 outs. 2-2 pitch from Bittinger. Keaton fouls it off towards the third base side. Count stays even at 2-2 with 2 outs here. Bottom of the second, 3 runs have come across this inning. Good rip, deep to left field, deep to center field, all the way to the wall. She's going to round first base into second, and the run from first comes all the way around. Pruitt got on her high horse and went from first to home off the deep double shot right there by Sydney Keaton. Got down in the hole 2-2, worked a great at-bat. Nice piece of hitting. Burnt the center fielder deep all the way to the wall, and she coasted into second base. And that's 5 runs across now for Arkansas Tech in this second inning. And goodness gracious, folks, the Golden Suns are getting after it at the plate here. The catcher, Jessica Williams, now looking to join in on the action after the bases clearing double. Williams takes the ball low for the first ball. 1-0 count. Squares to bunt. Pulls back at the last minute, sees that it's low. 2-0 count. Henderson still has 2 outs, and I'm sure they love to get one more right here. Williams squares to bunt, pulls it back, ball inside. Umpire says that's a strike. Count moves to 2-1 with 2 outs now in the bottom of the second as 5 runs have come across this inning. 2-1 from Bittinger, taken to the third base side, hits the bag, third base goes to first, but she is safe. Williams hits one right to third base. The third baseman for Henderson State couldn't quite come up with it. Abby Moore tried to put her glove on it, but it just bounced the wrong direction. Made a strong throw over to first. It was a close play. But Williams came through. Cooney now back up to bat. Pop-up right around first base, and that's the third out of the inning. But Tech scores 5 and adds 6 more hits, and the score is now 9-0 Tech, moving into the top of the third. Shannon Lacey now out for her third inning in the pitcher's circle. So far, she hasn't given up any hits. 2 Henderson State runners have reached off a drop third strikes, but she's kept her pitches away from bat so far. Henderson State facing a 9-run deficit as their catcher, Addison Tidwell, steps into the plate. The freshman's batting 147. She hopes to improve those numbers right here. First pitch from Lacey. That ball had some late movement on it, looked to be inside, then dove away at the last minute and still caught the strike zone. 0-1 pitch. Filthy movement. The 0-1 from Lacey. Tidwell squares to bunt, drops her bat down, but couldn't quite put her barrel on it. Count moves to 0-2. Lacey's had a lot of success today getting that first pitch strike and putting batters behind the count, allowing her to work inside, outside, upside, and down. The 0-2 from Lacey. Ball inside, count moves to 1-2. Lacey taking her time in the circle. The 1-2 count to Tidwell. Slider outside. Can't quite find the plate. Count moves to 2-2. The 2-2 to Tidwell, who squares to bunt. She's going to pull back here. Takes one right back up to the shortstop. Pruitt fields it. Throws over to first base. Grabbed by Goins, and that's the first out.
Now hitting the shortstop, number 2, Ashlyn Taylor.
Ashlyn Taylor, the shortstop for the Reddies, now into the box. Batting 197 on the season. First pitch from Lacey. Swung right through, looked like a garden hose up there. The count moves to 0-1. Second pitch now from Lacey, 0-1 count. Swung through again, looked like a sword underwater, folks. Lacey making quick work here in the second inning, getting a lot of swing and miss stuff. 1 out, 0-2 count. 9-0 Arkansas Tech. Lacey's third pitch. Down the middle, swung right through. 3 straight pitches, 3 swings, 3 misses. Lacey making them look foolish. Henderson State now returning through the top of the order here. Justine Birch, the center fielder, getting her second whack at it here. Batting from the left-handed batter's box. Right-handed batter's box, excuse me. First pitch from Lacey. Umpire doesn't like it. 1-0 pitch. Williams tried to frame that one back inside. It just caught the outside corner, but Blue didn't like it. Said it wasn't a strike. Ball. 1, strike, none. And the slap bunt attempt right there doesn't quite go as planned for Henderson. Count now moves to 1-1. Justine Birch trying to get on base by any means necessary and give her team some runs, or just runners. 1-1 from Lacey. Foul tip back to the net. Count moves to 1-2 with 2 outs here. The 1-2. Taken toward the first baseline, but rolls foul. Still, Lacey keeping these ready bats away from contact. The count is now still 1-2 with 2 outs. The 1-2 to Birch. She squares to bunt. Pulls back, takes a ball outside. Count moved to 2-2. 2-2 pitch from Lacey. Hit to third base pretty easy. Snagged on the third base side by Mayberry. Mayberry flips over to Goins, and that's 3 quick outs. Lacey still allowing no hits through 3 innings.
The third inning for Henderson State is 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base.
The Reddies now moving on to their third pitcher in just as many innings. Crystal Lindsay comes in to play now. She's made 20 appearances so far this season in 6 games. She's had 1 complete game, a couple of saves to her record. Well, the sun's come out a little bit, folks, but don't let it fool you. It's a cold one today, but I tell you what's not cold, and that's the Arkansas Tech Bats. With 10 hits in their 2 trips to the plate so far as a team, they've mustered 10 hits in 2 innings, 9 runs. Swinging the bat here pretty good. Back to the top of the order is Shelby Chavers going to come to the plate right here, facing Crystal Lindsay for Henderson State. Chavers has a lot of experience. She's played and started in every game so far this season for Arkansas Tech. First pitch, taken for a strike, missed the bunt right there. Lindsay gets ahead in her first at bat. The 0-1 from Lindsay to Chavers. Foul ball into the parking lot. Someone's going to need a new fender. Chavers now quickly in the hole, 0-2. Lindsay appears to be a little bit more deliberate in her delivery and taking more time than the other 2 pitchers for Henderson State. Maybe it'll play to her favor. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Chavers. Got her right there on the forearm. She's been hit twice today, once in the knee and once in the arm. All she needs now is her head, shoulders, and her toes to complete the song.
Hitting next, the second baseman, number 12, Timber Riley.
Timber Riley now up to the plate. She's laced 2 doubles to left field so far. They do not want to pitch to her, I guarantee you that. Riley. First pitch. Taken for a ball. It's a strike on the outside corner of the plate. 0-1. Chavers reached off a pitch that hit her on the hand. Riley trying to move her around. Second pitch to Riley taken outside for a ball. 1-1 count. The 1-1 from Lindsay. Riley fouls it back to the net. Count moves to 1-2 with nobody out and 1 runner on first base. The 1-2 pitch to Riley. Riley puts it in deep right field now, goes opposite way with it all the way to the wall. Chavers is around third base. She's headed for home, and Riley holds up at second base. That extends the lead to 10 runs as Arkansas Tech moves 1 more across here in the 3rd inning. No outs. Riley with her 3rd double of the day, folks. If I was Henderson State, I simply just would not pitch to it. Courtesy runner now for Riley. Number 55, Chloe Bryant, moves to second base.
Second base for Arkansas Tech, number 55, Chloe Bryant. And hitting the designated player, number 29, Caitlin Wells.
Designated player Caitlin Wells now steps into the box. She's also had quite a good day so far at the plate, reaching base every single time, coming around to score once. First pitch from Lindsay. Wells takes it for a strike. Hits the high outside corner. Lindsay wants a different sign. A 1 pitch. Wells takes it. Deep drive to right field. Right fielder makes a dive for it. Back to the wall. No good. Wells all the way around to second. Bryant comes home from second. Tech extends their lead now with 2 runs in this inning off the double by Wells. A really great effort out there in right field by Henderson State. Savannah Hughes made a dive for it. It hit part of her glove, but she couldn't quite squeeze it. Wells takes advantage of the shallow outfield. Bryant runs all the way home.
Courtesy runner at second base for Arkansas Tech, number 6, Casey Gibbons.
Number 6 freshman Casey Gibbons comes in as a courtesy runner for Wells. She's now standing on second base. And standing in the batter's box is number 28, Cassie Mayberry, who's also had herself quite a good day. No outs, 1 runner on second base. These Reddy's pitchers have just had their work cut out for them today. It seems like this entire lineup for Arkansas Tech hitting the ball all around the ballpark. Mayberry takes the first pitch for a ball high and outside. The first 2 innings, all the balls were being driven deep to left field, and now the past 2 have been driven deep to right field. Spreading the ball all around the ballpark. Coach McSweeney should be happy about that. Second pitch taken for a ball way outside. 2-0 count. Two-0 delivery from Lindsay. Inside, count moves to 3-0. Count. Mayberry squares to bunt. Pulls back. Strike 1. Right down the middle. Gibbons courtesy running now for Wells, who hit one deep. She was to second base. Take the double. That ball could find some spot too. Deep behind Burton, the center fielder. She's on her high horse now, going all the way to third base. The runner from second's going to score. Gibbons gets home. Mayberry runs all the way to third base. And that is another run for Arkansas Tech. My goodness, folks, they're busting it open here in the 3rd inning. The score moves to 12-0 now. Mackenzie Goins up to the plate, hoping to send home Mayberry from third base. Still no outs. 3 runs driven in only this inning. Ball outside, gets past the catcher. Play at the plate, not going to happen. Mayberry gets there in plenty of time. Unearned run comes through. Henderson just not getting the pieces to fall right today. That's their 4th run they've given up so far this inning. 13 hits through 3, and we're not done yet. No outs so far. Goins watches the strike go past her on the outside. Count moves to 1-1. Still no outs here. Bottom of the 3rd. Golden Suns in a commanding position. Goins hits one right over the second baseman's head, deep into right field, all the way to the wall. Goins is going to try and go to third. No, she's going to stay at second as the ball gets past the shortstop, reeled in there by the second baseman. And another runner on second base. This Golden Suns team is just lacing doubles into the gap all day long, and I don't think they're going to stop. We've got a team meeting here in the middle, in the pitcher circle, is Henderson State, just trying to get out of the inning. Pruitt now on deck, fixing to step up into the plate for Arkansas Tech. Pruitt steps up to the plate now. She's also had a couple of good at-bats today. Much like the rest of her team, the Golden Suns are hitting the ball well. First pitch from Lindsay. Pruitt takes it for a strike right up the middle. 0-1 count. Still no outs. Runner on second base. Mackenzie Goins. Second pitch to Pruitt. Far outside. Count moves to 1-1. Third pitch from Lindsay. Pruitt gets a piece of it off the end of the bat. Going to land in foul territory. Count moves to 1-2. This would be a big out for Henderson State, moving down towards the bottom of the order for Arkansas Tech. Anything just to keep these runs off the board and get some outs. 1-2 pitch from Lindsay. Ball low and outside. Count moves to 2-2. Still no outs in the inning for Henderson State. Goins treads lightly off second base. Pruitt puts one deep to left field. Out of room, and folks, that one's going to be a big fly. Pruitt takes one opposite field to right from the left-handed batter's box. A two-run shot with 2 strikes and 2 balls on her. And, folks, that was a nice play. Going to bring home 2 as the score moves to 15 runs to nothing. Arkansas Tech put up 4 runs in the first, 5 runs in the second, and 6 runs so far in the third with no outs. This one might get ugly.
Hitting next for the Golden Suns, the left fielder, number 8, Sydney Keaton.
Lindsay left one up in the zone, and Pruitt made her pay for it. Henderson State coach David Martinez is going to come out now, have a word with his sophomore right-hander. Coach Martinez's second year at Henderson State, his 5th year with the program. Before that, he served some time as the assistant coach at Southern Miss in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. No stranger to high-level softball. Hopefully just trying to get out of this inning and expect for a warmer, better day, better game for his Reddies tomorrow. Martinez and Henderson State decide to keep Lindsay out there. Sydney Keaton steps into the box. Nobody on, nobody out, but 6 more runs have come across this inning for Arkansas Tech. First pitch to Keaton, dropped, but called a strike. Keaton puts one right past second base all the way into right center. The center fielder on a short hop. Keaton moves up to first base off the single, just past the second baseman, and still no batters have been retired so far this inning. Henderson State just wishing for an out. Jessica Williams now saunters back into the batter's box. She doesn't want this party to be over. Williams squares to bunt. Pulls it back. Ball taken outside. 1-0 count. Williams on the second pitch. Fouls one off the third base side. Williams is a 5'7" infielder and catcher from D. Queen, Arkansas. She spent some time at the University of Louisiana Monroe in her junior season. So far this year, she's been hitting 133, greatly improving that average today with a couple of base hits. 1-1 to Williams. She puts one off the shortstop's glove. That's going to get through into the outfield. Williams gets a base hit. Shortstop had it in her glove, but just too much mustard on it. Couldn't quite squeeze it down. Williams now at first base. Keaton at second. 2 on, no out. 6 runs so far this inning. Adriana Cooney back now at the plate. First pitch from Jennings in this one, high in the zone. Rise ball goes up, and Cooney swings right through it. 0-1 count. Second pitch, Lindsay. Cooney gets a piece of it, but fouls it back into the net. 0-2 count. Here comes the 0-2 from Lindsay. Cooney swings through it, and that is the first out of the inning.
Back to the top of the order for the Golden Suns, the center fielder number 10, Shelby Chambers.
Number 11, Holly Crutchfield now going to be a pinch hitter for Shelby Chambers.
Hitting for Arkansas Tech, number 11, Holly Crutchfield.
Crutchfield coming in now to bat for Chambers. Crutchfield takes the first pitch, skies it up high. Oh, it was caught in foul territory, then dropped. That would have been a nice out for the Reddies to get. Second baseman came over and tried to make a play on it, but couldn't quite snatch it up in her glove. 0-1 count with 1 out here for Henderson State. Crutchfield now, pinch hitting. Good contact on the first and good contact on the second. Same position, pop fly towards the first baseman. She grabs it, puts her out. That makes 2 outs now for Henderson State. Chloe Bryant now getting a chance to swing her bat today.
Number 55, Chloe Bryant.
Bryant's batting 130 on the season. Started 1 game so far, made 24 appearances. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Limited number of at-bats for Bryant, but she does have 1 home run to her record so far this season. Sees one she doesn't like outside, count 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs now for Henderson State. They've given up 6 so far this inning. Runners on first and second. The 2-0 from Lindsay. Taken inside for a strike. The 2-1 pitch to Bryant. Bryant pops it up. Catcher may get there. Can't find it. Oh, but it finds the glove of the pitcher off a deflection from the catcher's glove. Nice surprise there. Lindsay gets out of the inning, but not before 6 more runs come across. And your score is now Arkansas Tech 15, Henderson State nada. So Crutchfield comes in to play right field. Bryant comes in to play second base. Lacey still in the pitcher circle. First throw taken for a ball outside. In the batter's box now for Henderson State, number 12, Madison Tretline. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch to Tretline. Lacey finds one diving away low. Gets her to swing through it. Count moves to 1-1. The 1-1 rolled up towards the first baseline, but foul. Count moves to 1-2. Arkansas Tech looking to stay in top position in the GAC. The 1-2 pitch is swung right through by Tretline, and Lacey picks up another strikeout for the first out of the inning.
Hitting next, the third baseman, number 21, Abby Moore.
Abby Moore now at the plate for Henderson State. First pitch from Lacey taken for a ball outside. Counts at 1-0 with one out here in the top of the fourth. So far, your score is Tech 15, Henderson State none. Ground ball to shortstop, thrown all the way across. Pruitt all the way to Goins, and Moore grounds out. 2 outs now.
Hitting next, the designated player, number 20, Maya Jackson.
The designated player now for Henderson State, Maya Jackson, steps into the box with 2 outs here. Lacey trying to retire her as well. First pitch taken inside, swung on, quick foul ball towards the first base side. Count is 0-1 with 2 outs. Nobody on for Henderson State. Lacey having a pretty good game so far. There's a number absent on the scoreboard. I won't mention what it is, but we all know about it. 0-1, 2 outs. Lacey takes it up the middle, and I spoke too soon, and I'm sure her parents hate me right now. But Henderson State squeezes through their first hit of the game. Jackson stands on first base. They got some life now.
Hitting next, the first baseman, number 11, Brooke Johnson.
Brooke Johnson comes up to the plate now for Henderson State. 2 outs here for Arkansas Tech. Lacey still looking for a shutout in the pitcher circle. First pitch taken inside for a ball. 1-0 count. One-0 pitch from Lacey. Swung on, foul tipped. Not held on to by the catcher Williams. 1-1 count with 2 outs here. 1 runner on for Henderson State. Their first hit of the ball game. Jackson hit a quick ground ball up the middle when it found some grass. Still 2 outs, though, for Arkansas Tech. The 1-1 from Lacey. Low taken for a strike. 1-2 count now with 2 outs. Johnson trying to protect. Trying to move some base runners around, get some points back, save a little pride. 1-2. Swung on but foul towards the third base side. Count stays at 1-2 with 2 outs. The 1-2 from Lacey had lots of spin on it, gets away from her a little bit, taken outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Third pitch from Lacey, fouled away. Count remains at 2-2. Lacey's done a great job today of keeping the Henderson State bats off of her pitches. With a lot of good swing and miss stuff, movement inside and outside. I'm sure she'd like one more strikeout right here. 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Swung on, but fouled towards the third base side. Good at bat here for Johnson. She's seen just about everything Lacey has to throw at her and has fouled off just about everything as well. Jackson leads off first base for Henderson State. 2-2 pitch from Lacey. Down the middle, swung right through, taken for a strike, and thrown out at first base. And after the 4th inning for Henderson State, only mustering 1 hit and no runs, Tech comes back to the plate. Probably going to rub some salt in the wound. Henderson State trots out the junior right-hander Monica Monreal into the pitcher circle now. Their 4th pitcher in 4 innings.
Now in the circle for Henderson State.
Monreal now in the pitcher circle for Henderson State. Swinging it for the Golden Suns, number 6, Savannah Hughes. Oh, excuse me. Number 6, Casey Gibbons. Looking at the wrong roster, folks.
Casey Gibbons now hitting for Arkansas Tech.
Monreal's had 8 appearances so far on the year for the Reddies. 4 games started. Hasn't posted a win yet with their record, and an 8.75 ERA. Giving up 25 hits and 16 innings pitched. Here's the first pitch to Gibbons. Gibbons pops it up, out of play behind the press box. 0-1 count now. Bottom of the 4th. Tech scored 15 runs, 4 runs in the first, 5 in the second, and 6 in the third. Gibbons takes the second pitch low for a ball. Count moves to 1-1. Gibbons puts one deep to left field. That one has the height and the distance. And Gibbons with the solo shot takes her all the way around the bases. Just doing more damage here, folks. That makes 16 runs for Arkansas Tech. Gibbons puts one deep to left field with the solo homer. And they're celebrating down there in the green, folks. A nice shot from Casey Gibbons. Casey Gibbons knocks home her first home run of the season. A shot about 230 feet to deep left field. And Arkansas Tech has just been pouring on the runs here. Geary now into the box for Arkansas Tech. She takes the second pitch for a ball. Count moves to 1-1. No outs here. Third pitch from Monreal finds the zone. Count moves to 1-2. No outs here. Bottom of the fourth. Tech extended their lead off the solo shot by Casey Gibbons. Score is now 16 runs to none. Geary sees it outside. Count moves to 2-2. The 2-2 pitch from Monreal. Taken low for a ball in the opposite batter's box. Count moves full, 3-2. No outs. Full count. Foul ball. Back towards the parking lot. Count stays the same, 3-2. No outs, nobody on here. Bottom of the fourth for Arkansas Tech. And pouring in the runs today, hits from every position, every which way of the ballpark. They want to continue to do the same for the rest of this doubleheader we got coming up tomorrow. 3-2 pitch from Monreal. Aguirre fouls it off back. And the count stays the same. Late at bat here in her first play appearance tonight. She's trying to find the right pitch to slap it down and use her speed to get to first base. Full count pitch from Monreal. Aguirre skies it into center field. Plenty of room. Oh, a collision, but the second baseman holds on to it. All three players, shortstop, second baseman, and the center field all converged together. That could have been a lot worse. The second baseman comes up with it. Had her leg taken out with her, but no damage. Everyone does some stretches. Everyone seems to be fine. One out.
Now pinch hitting for Arkansas Tech, number 4, Abigail Lockala.
Number 4, Abigail Lockala comes in now to take some swings. She made appearances in 8 games so far this season. This will be her 10th at bat. One out now for Arkansas Tech. First pitch from Montreal. Taken low for a ball. 1-0 count. One out. Second pitch to Lockala. Taken for a strike down the middle. One pitch to Lockala. Fly ball, center field. She has room. Hits the back of the wall, and that's going to give at least 2 bases for Lockala. She comes in on the second pitch of the at-bat. Third pitch of the at-bat. Strokes one deep to left center field. These Golden Suns have been hitting the ball all across the ballpark today. Up the middle, towards the back, swinging it well. Number 23, Lexi Gorniak in now to take some swings. The infielder from Glen Carbon, Illinois. In her first year here in Russellville. On second base, one out, bottom of the fourth. First pitch taken high for a ball. Gorniak had 9 at-bats herself. Similar average to Lockala. Lockala just hit one deep to left field. Got to second base. Hopefully Gorniak can do the same. Ball taken low for a ball. Its count is 2-0. One out. Tech sees the changeup fall away from her. Doesn't swing at it, but it's taken for a strike, 2-1. The 2-1 count to Gorniak. Runner on second base. Right down Main Street. Bat remains on her shoulder. Count moves 2-2. 1 out here for Arkansas Tech. That pitch taken low and outside for a ball. Count moves full, 3-2. 1 out here. Runner on second base. Full count now for Monreal on the mound. And the payoff pitch. Taken. Strikeout. Gorniak didn't really bring the bat up off of her shoulder. Gets called for the backwards K there.
Pinch hitting for Arkansas Tech, number 44, Anna Grace Farrell.
Now Monreal gets to face the sophomore catcher Anna Grace Farrell from Morrilton, Arkansas. Farrell's had limited at-bats so far this season, but I'm sure she'd like to do some damage right here and trade places with the runner on second base. 2 outs now for Henderson. First pitch taken by Farrell for a strike. Count is 0-1. Monreal shaking off signs. Maybe looking to come back to the changeup right here. There it is right there, folks. Hits her low and away. Farrell swings through it. Now 0-2. Pretty good job here altogether in this inning. Comparatively for Monreal, only gave up one big fly, got 2 outs. 0-2 count right here. Another pitch, just couldn't quite find the corner. Henderson State certainly wanted that pitch to be called a strike, but it was just a bit outside. The count moves now to 1-2, 2 outs. Runner on second base here. Pitcher Monreal swung through, and Farrell strikes out. That's going to end the inning. Score extended, 16 runs to none for Arkansas Tech as we move into the top of the 5th inning. Tech switching out their pitcher and catcher right here. Caitlin Wells coming into the circle now to pitch. And number 24, Savannah Snow now, the freshman on to catch for the Golden Suns in what's hoping to be their last inning right here. Pinch hitter now for Henderson State, number 10, Britlin Garrett.
Number 10, Britlin Garrett.
Britlin Garrett's made appearances in 22 games so far this season. Doesn't have a great average, but only limited at-bats. In the circle now for Arkansas Tech, Lacey's day is done. She went through 4 scoreless innings, only giving up 1 hit. Now Wells will come in and pitch. First pitch driven deep to left field, but a foul ball. Wells comes into pitch. She's got a 4.94 ERA in 3 appearances. She's pitched a total of 5.2 innings, looking to do some cleanup work here and hopefully in Henderson State's day early. Second pitch now from Wells. Inside, dangerously close to the hitter. Count moves to 1-1 with no outs. The 1-1 from Wells. Swung through. Count moves to 1-2. And swung through again for strike 3. Wells gets the first one. 2 more outs now, and Tech gets out of here with a 16-run victory to open up this series.
Pitch hitting for Henderson State, number 25, Kenzie Stotts.
Kenzie Stotts now comes in to pinch hit. Wells' first pitch to her is taken inside for a ball. Stotts is a 5'6" outfielder catcher from Godley, Texas. This is her first year at Henderson State. 1-0 pitch from Wells. Hit to third base, fielded cleanly and thrown over to Goins in the second out. One more here. Mayberry picked it up cleanly, tossed it over to first base. Wells making quick work here. 2 up, 2 down. Stepping into the box, number 13, the catcher, Addison Tidwell. Two outs now for Arkansas Tech. First pitch to Tidwell. Right down the middle for a strike. 0-1. Second pitch. Deep. Pop up to second base. Caught. And that's going to be your ball game, folks. Final score for the game here today, Arkansas Tech 16 runs scored on 19 hits. Lacey Cannon pitched 4 scoreless innings, only gave up 1 hit. Dominant defense, great pitching, and overall a fantastic performance by Christina McSweeney and her team. We got a doubleheader tomorrow coming up on the same network here at 12 p.m. Hopefully Arkansas Tech can take the sweep of the series and move into position to sweep the GAC conference tournament when it comes time, folks. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll see you back tomorrow for some more softball on Arkansas Tech Network.